Let's get you back into court. On the stand is the general manager of an apartment complex. He is under direct examination by the state.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Could you please state your name for the record and spell your last name for us, please?
Sandra Hempel-Waldroup. Last name is Hempel, H-E-M-P-E-L, Waldroup, W-A-L-D-R-O-U-P.
Where do you work, ma'am?
I work at the Clarement in Abington, an apartment complex.
Where is the Clarement located in Abington?
At 500 North Quincy Street in Abington, Massachusetts.
And what do you do for the Clarement?
I'm the general manager.
And how many units are at the Clarement?
91.
What are the responsibilities of the general manager?
Well, my responsibilities, I'm also head of maintenance, so I do everything. If there's nothing that I do not do, I do everything.
And how long have you held that position at the Clarement?
Since 2018.
What does the Clarement have for surveillance videos on the outside?
Could you rephrase?
Sure. Do you have any surveillance cameras at the Clarement apartment complex?
Yes.
Okay. And how many cameras do you have for the outside of your apartment complex?
Oh, for the outside?
Yes.
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on the outside. I believe 3 in the back parking lot and 1 at the front.
Now, how many dumpsters are there at the Clarement?
A total of 3 dumpsters. 2 gated areas, 2 dumpsters in one, and 1 dumpster on the top hill.
On the top of the hill. And the Clarement, is it near any other apartment complexes?
Yes, so right behind us, our back parking lot, there is the Chestnut Glen. Years ago, it used to be the same owner. It used to be connected.
In Chestnut Glen, is that an apartment complex or is it assisted living or like what is Chestnut Glen?
It is a home for the elderly and disabled.
Okay. And now, I had asked you about their surveillance videos. In January of 2023, did you have the opportunity to produce any surveillance videos to law enforcement as a result of this case? You did? Okay. And have you had a chance to review those videos on a thumb drive?
I didn't review it I saw it on the screen, actually, yes.
Okay. And let me ask you this about your videos. Are they kept in the normal course of business?
Yes.
Are they kept in good faith?
Yes.
And I take it your cameras, they're always recording?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you this drive and ask if you recognize it.
Yes.
And how do you recognize it?
Because I initialed it and signed it. This is what I watched on the screen. This is the thumb drive. Yes, sorry about that.
So what you watched on the screens were your videos?
Yes, that is correct.
The Commonwealth would seek to have this drive marked as the next exhibit, Your Honor, with the videos from the Clarement of January 3rd, 2023.
No objection.
No objection. It's marked and admitted into evidence as is. Are we at 157? Thank you very much.
Your Honor, may I publish?
You may.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, could we have what's now been marked as Exhibit 157? Could we go to the video channel 14? And if you could bring us to 3 minutes and say 15 seconds. Pause, if I may. Ms. Waldroup, what area are we looking at of the Clarement?
This is the front entrance, the right when you come in. So, yeah.
Okay. And how many entrances are there to the apartment complex?
6.
6. Okay. Ms. Gilman, if you could press play. Thank you. Ms. Gilman, could you pause? All right, now, Ms. Waldroup, I have some questions about your videos in and of themselves.
Yes.
The date on the video, what is the date in the top left-hand corner?
January 3rd, 2023.
And the time, what does it denote the time?
It's 4:33 p.m.
Now, in January 2023, were there any issues as far as the time on your videos being different from the real time?
Yes, I believe at the time it was, I don't know for sure, but I believe it was about 20 minutes difference. And sometimes it does that. It jumps and then I don't notice it till I actually have to pull up video for some reason. And then I'm like, okay, then I see it in real time that it's wrong.
Okay, so there are times when the time on your video is not the correct time.
That is correct.
Okay. Now, as a result of working at the Claremont, are you familiar with the vehicles of your residents?
Yes.
And how many of your residents had Volvos XC90s at the time?
None to my knowledge.
Miss Gilman, if you could press play, please. Pause. Ms. Waldroup, did you recognize this vehicle as being one of your residents?
No.
And if you could press play, Ms. Gilman. On this same video, Ms. Gilman, could you bring us to 13 minutes and 59 seconds? Ms. Gilman, I'm going to ask now if you could bring us to the next video from Claremont, which I believe is titled Claremont. Thank you. Ms. Waldroup, before you, and if you could just pause it at this point in time. Ms. Waldroup, where are we looking at the Claremont apartment complexes in this second video?
So this is the, right when you come to the back, this is actually at the bottom of the hill or of the backside where the two dumpsters are located in that fenced area right there.
In that fenced area. And you said they're gated. Is there a lock to them or anything like that?
No.
And what access do you give the general public to your dumpsters? To people who don't live there. Can they use them?
No, they're not supposed to. No, and there's signs that, you know, that, yeah, it's private property and they are on surveillance. I mean, it's on surveillance. So they're not meant to use our dumpsters, no.
Could you press play this, Gilman? Thank you, Ms. Gillen. And finally, how many ways are there in and out of the property?
One. There is really one. So there used to be, there's a smaller little, almost like a narrow walkway now that people used to use sometimes. They weren't supposed to because you can't actually have a vehicle. It's not the width of a vehicle. So technically, could you take another way? Yes, but there's only one driveway. Yes, one entrance, front entrance. Sorry about that.
I think that my earlier question was probably an article. When I asked you how many ways are there into the property, and you said 6. You talking about
Oh, entrances. I thought you meant entrances as in the doors. We have 6. I'm so sorry. We have one way to get into the complex, one driveway to get in, 6 exits or entrance doors, and there is a little pathway coming from Chestnut. Yes, but it's not a driveway. It's not, but if somebody, I've seen it before when there was a road blocked and then people would just, but it's not meant to be used. So
okay.
My apologies.
No, you don't have to apologize. I didn't ask the right question. You fixed it, so thank you. My question was how many ways are there into the property, I guess, from the street?
One.
One. Okay. And then there's this path area that sometimes people should use, but they couldn't use.
I know it was a little dark in the videos, but it was the dumpster. It was a man who looked similar to Brian Walshe. Of course, the state's position is that was Brian Walshe dumping bags into the dumpster. That would be those bags of body parts. He admits to dismembering his wife, Ana.